Hey, welcome back, DAV Patriot Boot Camp, here with a very distinguished veteran, a great person, and a person who's giving back tremendously to help his fellow veterans. David Reid, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thanks for having me here, first and foremost. I couldn't be more excited to be here at the DAV headquarters for the first time. Amazing facility that you have, and really quite a facility that people could feel like they're not just stuck in an office and could come in, which is incredible. So a little bit of background about myself is I was in the Rangers, U.S. Army, 2nd Ranger Battalion, had JBLM, did several combat deployments, injured in Afghanistan in 2010, kind of had to reestablish, find what my purpose was, find where I fit in the world after going from special operations to, really not even being able to stand up on crutches anymore. And ended up going to school and coming in to the Robert Irvine Foundation in 2015 after mentoring a 54-mile hike in the Scottish Highlands, believe it or not, with 1,000 coalition wounded from all over the world. So I met Robert, found out he was a 16-year Navy veteran, Royal Navy veteran, so he's an English guy. And, talked about the work that he was doing with veterans. And lo and behold, the Robert Irvine Foundation found a spot for me in my life. And that's an amazing organization that really has a huge mission statement that's blanketed for anything that there's a need for our heroes.
That is so awesome, and we're proud. DAV is very proud to partner with the Robert Irvine Foundation. You are, in addition to all those great things you mentioned, you're an entrepreneur. Can you tell us about your venture?
Absolutely, and that's a venture with Robert as well. Robert and I and my business partner, Christian Myers, put our heads together to come find a solution for our military to have luxurious hard-use clothing is kind of the concept for it. So Terra Arma really focuses on regulation-compliant gear for our service members, men and women, so that they're not running out in the field with crappy equipment at the end of the day.
That is so awesome. One of the things that Patriot Boot Camp folks have been blessed with is Chef Robert Irvine's involvement. He's come to our event. He's been a great mentor, and it goes so hand in hand with what he does on Food Network with Restaurant Impossible, where he's able to help people make those slight tweaks that they need, just the slight adjustment that sometimes is the difference between a huge success or just a success, or a major success or insolvency. And he does a great job with that. So thank you for representing him and what he does. Tell me, what do you see in terms of value from Patriot Boot Camp? What does this do for folks who have been in your shoes?
Yeah, well, excellent. And I kind of want to peel it back a little bit to what you were saying about Robert and his involvement as a mentor into this program and what he instills into the 7,500 employees that he has across his portfolio is that he's a fixer at the end of the day. So he looks at the pros and cons and really highlights what the cons look like in a business. So if you've ever seen a show, Restaurant Impossible, you could tell that guy goes in and he establishes best business practices, puts them in place. And I think that he has an interesting scope, as well as, I've been with him for the last 10 years and implemented this system is just really look at how the business operations side of things are versus that connectivity for product, if that makes sense. So there's two pieces, the product and the operational side. And he could walk into a room and do any product based off of those practices that he put in place. So I think it's really important to come to these programs and mentor these younger entrepreneurs that are coming in so that they can understand through other people's lens what it's like to succeed, what it's like to fail, so that they can implement those best practices into their companies and not experience the hardships that maybe, say, he faced.
And some of the awesome work that you do and that DAV is proud to be a part of is the Robert Irvine Foundation. Can you tell me about your mission?
Yeah, so the mission of the Robert Irvine Foundation is to support and strengthen the physical and mental well-being of our nation's heroes and their families. And like I said before, it's a broad mission statement so that we could really tackle some of the everyday issues that our veterans are facing, whether it's providing mobility devices or service dogs. Sometimes it's emergency financial relief. The foundation really built itself off of grant writing in the beginning, but over the course of the last few years, we've really been more strategic and focused on our programs that we're trying to internalize to really help provide a hand up for our service members, our veterans, our first responders, and our families, as opposed to just a handout like some organizations do. So it's really important to welcome them into the family and help them out wherever there's a need.
And this is an area where our audience might be able to get involved. Reuniting the Brave. DAV Charitable Service Trust has provided a grant to this outstanding program. A lot of people, when they come back, part of the healing that takes place is when they're together as a unit. And that's pulled away from people after service, but that's something you guys are working on. Can you talk about that program?
Absolutely. So one of our newer programs that we've really brought to life over the last couple years is called Reunite the Brave. And that's a program where we essentially do reunions for active duty units on bases worldwide, but also for those people that have gotten out and maybe served in a combat environment, haven't gotten together for the last 10 years, and put them together in a room. I think what's really interesting about Robert and the foundation is that we've implemented that fitness, family, and food. So when you put people together in a room, and this is another program you've heard of as well, is Breaking Bread with Heroes. It's kind of a culmination of that, where we are able to reconnect these guys, provide them a safe place to start talking, and give them food where you see those walls start melting down. Really awesome thing about food is it's a universal language, and it's the universal language of love. Everybody loves to eat. So what we do is we provide that for them, and you start seeing those walls come down.
It's incredible, and DAV's sending mentors to these things and being a part of them, and we're very grateful. Grateful for all you do. Thanks for your service, and thanks for your continued service. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll talk to you later.